Welcome to the Dog Mom Knits YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and I am coming to you from coastal Virginia, where I live with my husband and our 3 dogs, Bandit, Copper, and Finley. You can find me on Instagram as Dog Mom Knits and on Ravelry as Dog Mom Knits 08. And we also have a podcast for this channel. Excuse me, we have an email address for this channel, just dogmomknits@gmail.com. So if you are a new viewer, this is not the normal setup. If you are a returning viewer, yeah, it looks pretty different. So we are in the car. Today is Saturday, May 14th. I almost said March 14th. It's not March. Saturday, May 14th. It is a rainy, overcast, just kind of blah day here in coastal Virginia. That has been the story of our week this week. It's just been I don't know, temperatures, weather's been really weird. The reason the podcast is just really different today is, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I don't have a lot of knitting to show. And 2, the reason I don't have a lot of knitting to show is because I leave tomorrow with a group of 54 parents, students, and teachers to go to Boston with a group from my school. And we're going to be gone for 4 days. We're going to tour Boston and Plymouth. And I'm just so excited. Everybody who has been on this tour, has been on this trip, in past years has said it's amazing. It's the best trip outside of senior trip. And so, yeah, I am really, really excited that I get to go. And a large part of the excitement is that I get to hang out with my kids for a couple of days outside of school. So, because I love them and they make me happy. So we are going to run some errands this morning. And I'm going to take you guys along with me, and then I'm going to pack my knitting and organize my notions and all that stuff. And I thought, I don't have a lot of content because I've been super busy planning to, I'm doing all the logistics for the trip, and that's a lot of work, and I love it. It's just a lot of work. And so I'm sorry for all the background noise because we're in the car. Sean is driving. My husband is driving. So I'm not distracted while I'm driving. But yeah, I just have a lot going on, planning for the trip, and I didn't have a lot of knitting time. So rather than not podcast today, I thought I would go ahead and do kind of a getting ready for Boston, vlog kind of for my podcast this week. And I'll show you the progress that I've made on my socks. That's the only thing I've really been on. Anyway, we are going to run our errands, and then I'm going to go home and pack, and then, yeah, we'll see what else we get up to. So, enjoy. obviously we're back at home. I've been packing. Sean's been helping and napping. I'm trying really hard not to nap because I have to be at the airport at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So my alarm's going to go off at 2 a.m. And so I'm trying not to nap now so I can go to bed really early tonight and still get some sleep. So I thought I'd hop in and talk to you guys about what I'm going to take knitting wise, what I'm going to pack for my knitting. I did get my Yarnable box. It came with this oh so cute Notions bag. It says avocado exercise. The theme this month was avocardio, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. And I put my stuff from the month in here. So there was a progress keeper, which I'm actually going to put, I think I'm going to use it as a, like a zipper pull. And then there was a pin, an enamel pin, which I will put on the bag also. And then the yarn, which I'm not taking with me, I'm just taking it out of the bag, but it was this beautiful green with all of those blue speckles. It was stunning. And again, it was called Avocardio. I get the sock weight, the one skein of sock weight yarn, which is an 85-15, right? An 80-20, 85-15. 85-15. See? Trust yourself, Amanda. But, so I'm taking everything out of there because I want to take this Notions bag because I have a couple, I think I have two Notions bags that I use when I travel, but this one I think is going to be perfect because one of the things, sorry that I'm reaching, one of the things that I'm going to take or I need to take is my sock ruler. So this is what I use to measure the foot of my sock. And you can see down here I've marked like this is me and my mom. This is my best friend Jen, Sean, and no, I'm sorry. This is me and my dad, my best friend Jen, and then Sean and my mom. When I knit them socks, this is how long I knit their, whoops, wrong way. This is how long I knit their foot until I start the toe. And the socks that I'm taking, I'm on the foot. So I'm going to need my sock ruler, and I know my other two Notions bags are not going to fit this. They're too short. So I was like, well, this is perfect timing. I can take my avocardio Notions bag. My sock ruler fits perfectly in it. And then I can put everything else in here that I need. And I just think that's awesome. So the other things, the other Notions that I'm taking in my avocardio bag, I am going to take a pair of scissors. I got these at Crazy Sock Lady Co. I think they're called Super Snips. These things are amazing. And I will link her store down below, but they're like the perfect scissors. And then I'm also going to take, I call this my Kitchener cheat sheet. I got this on Etsy. It's the directions for Kitchener stitch. I have a couple of these. I don't know. I think the bags that I'm taking have a variation of this on them, but I'm going to take it anyway, just in case, because I don't want to get to the Kitchener stitch and not, or get to the toe of the sock and not know, not remember what the Kitchener stitch is. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking with what I carry in my bags themselves, this is all I'm going to need Notions wise, because the only thing I am taking is socks. So the first project I'm going to take are my Desert Vista Dye Work socks for this month. This is how far I have gotten on sock number 1. So this is Desert Vista Dye Works. The colorway is called Summer Harvest. And I am using the pattern from Allison of Lofty Loops. It is her Cold Brew socks. Just love it. I love the texture that it gives. Self-striping yarn. So obviously I'm taking these. This is sock number 1. So I have all of this left over to knit sock number 2. And then inside my project bag is a Notions tin from Crazy Sock Lady. And I'm not sure if I can show it, but it has light bulb stitch markers and a darning needle. And then I have the stitch marker that, the Progress Keeper I'm going to use for my second sock. So these will, I'm on the gusset, so I've turned the heel. And so now it's just going straight down the foot, watching for the color changes of the yarn. So that sock is, so I have 1.5 socks of the Desert Vista Dye Works to do. So I'm going to take that. And then I'm also going to take the socks that I pulled as my UFO this month. So these are my August Yarnable socks from 2021. The yarn's called Sweet and Sour. I believe the pattern is called Skip It Simple. I think that's right. My project page for Ravelry is linked down below. So, and I have it linked. I have one sock completely done. And then if you watched my last podcast, you know that Finley got a hold of it. So this is her little handiwork, isn't she? She's just amazing, guys. Such a good little knitter. So I'm going to cast on and knit the second sock. I've got my needles in here. These are ChiaoGoo US 2.0. I knit 80/20 and 85/15 yarn on a US 2. And then I also have a Crazy Sock Lady. Let me see if I'm holding this correctly. No, I'm not. I also have a Crazy Sock Lady Notions tin in here. This one, the stitch markers are like, I think they're bronze. So those 2 socks, it's like 2.5 socks really. And then just in case, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of knitting time, but you know, in the evenings when the kids are like hanging out at the pool, and if we're on the bus driving somewhere, you know, knitting will definitely help like settle my nerves if I'm feeling anxious or nervous. So I am going to take one other project. I pulled it out of my UFO pile. It is a pair of, they're just vanilla socks. I'm not even to the heel on the first sock, but this is the color. I hand dyed this yarn, in a friend's garage. She brought us all over and was like, hey, come hand dye your yarn. Like, come dye yarn. And so I tried to make a rainbow because I love a rainbow. And so it's divided into 2 50-gram balls. And I think for this one, what I'm going to do is knit like a really long tube and then do an afterthought heel, because I haven't done one before and I really just want to use up as much of this yarn as I can. So this seems like a good one to take with me, because I'm just literally going to knit the entire tube and then Kitchener the toe when I'm basically done with with the 50 grams, and then I can take out the other 50-gram ball of yarn and start that sock. So 4 days, we're going to be very busy. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to need all of these projects, but I'm going to take them regardless, because, you know, better safe than sorry when it comes to how much knitting you have. I did get this project bag from my friend Christina. We did a swap last quarter, the first 3 months of the year, first quarter. And I am going to take this. It is divided. I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to show you that, but there's a like divider in here. So I'm going to put my Notions bag in here. I'm going to put the 2 socks that are going to be checked in my checked bag in here. And then I'm going to take one of the socks with me on the plain. It'll probably be my Desert Vista Dye Works socks. I don't know. I say that and I could change my mind and decide to do a complete, like, do my sweet and sour socks instead. I don't know. The only other thing I'm going to do is, let me see if I can grab all three of them. All three of my socks right now are in bags that were sewn by my husband. He is the guy who sews on YouTube and Instagram. These two are in his sock size bags, and this one is in his larger bag, and I'd rather not have the larger bag. So I'm going to trade these two projects. This is a bag from Jenny of Mountain State Stitches. And so I'm going to trade these two, like switch them out. That's it. So that's what I'm taking. 3 pairs of socks. I have another Notions tin in there. How many Notions tins from Crazy Sock Lady do I have? A lot. Not enough. That's really the correct answer, is not enough. So I'm taking 3 socks. I'm really just sitting here wondering if I need to also cake up an extra skein of yarn and just throw it in the bag. I mean, what are the chances that in 4 days I could knit, what, 1.5, 1, and 1.5? What is that? I do not teach math. 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3, plus 1 is 4. I mean, is that right? Yeah. Sean, 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1 plus 1. 5. Right. Could I knit 5 socks in 4 days? I doubt it. I would have to be like a sock knitting ninja. I don't know. Well, obviously by the time I post this, I will have decided, but y'all leave a comment below and let me know what you would do. Would you take the extra skein of yarn just to be sure? Or would you save the space in your luggage and because you're 99% sure you're not going to get to it? And I'll let you guys know which one wins. I'm pretty sure it's going to be that I take an extra skein of yarn just to be safe. Okay, so time to pack some more. I'm sure. Well, you guys saw my checklist. Love that thing. I think I got it from Target like 15 years ago. We haven't used them all. I love that thing. So I'm going to go check my checklist and go to bed early because 4 a.m. Well, my alarm's going to go off at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is going to be here before I know it. Okay, onward and upward.
A few moments later.
I decided to take the Yarnable Sweet and Sour socks on the plain because I don't have to have my sock ruler in order to do the leg of this sock. I just have to be able to count rows. So that seemed easier. It's just one less thing that I have to have in my carry-on bag. So I went ahead and cast on and knit just like, I think it's 3 or 4 rows, and put a progress keeper on it from 3 by the Sea Designs. Because I've taken knitting on planes before and it's never been a problem. But I know people say that if you have something cast on, sometimes it makes TSA kind of overlook the sharp metal pointy objects you're putting in your suitcase. So, or in your carry-on bag. So, yeah. So I think these are going to be my plain knitting. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to this pattern in this sock. So, should be fun.